We are celebrating today the 40th anniversary of the founding of Crawford House, which in 2014 became part of the Daytop family. So a bunch of very brave people recognized that there was a need for treatment for women with substance use disorders, really more alcohol back then.
40 years ago, Betty Kohler, Edward Crawford, and Marion Miney Anderson, recognizing the growing epidemic of substance use disorders, developed the intensive treatment concept for Crawford House to fill the care gap for indigent and homeless women. But it was not without some challenges. Betty Ford had not yet paved the way to begin the dialogue about confronting addiction. In 1977, the notion of a rehabilitation facility locating in suburban New Jersey created resistance in some parts of the community. Our own Betty Kohler, braved her opponents in public and in court, and in 1978, she prevailed.
But Betty was always available. Always available. I mean, you know, it's 37 some, you know, more than 37 years ago, and I still have her picture on my refrigerator to remind me where I came from. There was nothing that you did or could have done that she still didn't love you.
The first 8 residents were accepted into Crawford House's 6-month, 12-step program at a temporary location in Skillman. 3 months later, moving to a permanent home, where capacity increased to 14.
It's so gratifying to see what the women do for each other at Crawford House. All we do is facilitate, but we cannot make it happen. It's the women who do it. They start to discover all the strengths they have within themselves and their incredible capacity to heal, to change, and to grow.
Community leaders and residents from the surrounding area came to embrace Crawford House and its residents, becoming an integral part of their recovery by providing emotional support, skills training, and employment opportunities.
You can't just provide addiction treatment in a vacuum. People need to go out from treatment. They need to have people, recovery mentors. They need to have supportive services. But they have to be able to have a job and have gainful employment and a sober home, a home that is in unison with their recovery support plan.
Crawford House was a place that was going to hold her accountable, was going to address the serious issues that were holding her back in her life and address the issues of addiction.
Once treatment is completed, Crawford House alumni often stay in Skillman to resume their lives as healthier parents, daughters, sisters, wives, and employees.
After they're out of here and they're working and they've got their families back together, you know, they'll come back and they'll say, you know, you showed up for me all the time. You showed up on time. You showed up when you said you were going to show up. And it was those little things that I just did because, you know, that's what I told her I'd be there.
Dear Board of Directors, thank you so much for being a part of a program that has saved the lives of so many women, including myself. Before coming to this program, I was sure that I would never overcome the perils of addiction, homelessness, abuse, etc. But Crawford House has taught me to live sober, be assertive, and be proud of who I am and where I am at today.
In 2005, Crawford House expanded to include 23 beds, new rooms for group and individual counseling, and a family support center with homey touches like a kitchenette and couches for more meaningful one-on-one time between mothers and children. Since May 2015, Crawford House has been part of the Daytop New Jersey network.
It's hard to meet somebody today that hasn't been directly or indirectly affected. And because of that, there are people, there are corporations, there are philanthropists, there are foundations that want to help our cause.
And this woman who would never make eye contact with anybody or speak with anybody or speak in front of anybody walked over to me in front of a bunch of people and started to talk. And as she spoke, tears just started streaming down her face. She said, you know, I came here, I was empty. I didn't even have a soul. And because of the kindness that was shown to me, because of the counseling that was done for me here, I'm alive again. And I could never have done it without all of you.